Welcome back to Woodturning with Dick. I've gone and got myself a moisture meter and another one and another one. I didn't get them myself, I got given them and asked to review them. So review is what I'll do and give it my honest opinion of which is best. All available on Amazon at actually really good prices. And if you look in the description is one of those discounting codes if you're actually interested in buying one. But let's see how the review goes first, because I haven't even opened the packets yet. So, start with the smallest one first, the EWM03. How exciting. Has some instructions. Some batteries. It's nice to have batteries in there for a change. And the moisture meter. Well, that's good. At least you don't have to unscrew the battery compartment like you do on some of them. That comes off nice and easy. Nice sharp prongs. Fits on there nice and securely. Is it handed? My question. So you turn it round. It does look rather handed from the insides here. Yeah, look, there's two notches at the back there. There's two notches there. There's not this side, so it's not going to actually go on very well that way. It's definitely that way only, which is a bit of a pain in the butt, I must admit, because sometimes, you'll put it down like that and you'll go to put it up, put the cap back on, and the cap doesn't fit. So, get used to it if it was yours, fine. And it is nice and small, perhaps a little bit too small, unless you've got a specific place for it. Let's test it anyway. Now, is it as simple as turn it on? Yes. It's got a temperature. That's rather handy. It is warm, hence the t-shirt. Anyway, clip that off. Find myself a bit of wood. I'm going to grab a damp bit from outside that's been drying out there for about a year, but bog oak. Now, I can already feel that is heavy. It's got a good amount of moisture in it. Doesn't seem right, I've got to admit. There's a few prods, maximum getting there is 9.9. What I am going to do is test it with one that I usually use, and it's nothing fantastic or all singing or dancing. So one I've had for several years. All right, well, I'm measuring 12.5% with that. 13%, 14%, 14.5. So actually this is a really good example. Give that, really poke that in, 9.9, the maximum I'm getting. So I'll turn that off for the time being. Ooh, hang on, what's 1, 2, 3, 4, what's the 5? This is where I've got to read the manual, isn't it? M1 to M4 for wood. Well, the set button, this appears to change the temperature from Celsius to Fahrenheit. I'll keep it in Celsius as my preference. Here we go. Material 1. Rhodesian teak, white red bean tree, Brazilian walnut tree. 6% to 39%. Material 2, walnut, clone, poplar, teak. Material 3, fir, lorvan, white fir, maple, ashwood, balsa, sandalwood, beech, hemlock, something else, oak. There we go, oak. Okay, so material 3 for this one. And material 1, 2, 3. It's a lot more similar reading to what I had with the other meter, which I didn't need to do that material adjustment for. Interesting. That's my other one turning off. Yeah, far more similar readings. So that's set for oak. This is bog oak, fine. That pretty much covers that one. Not impressed with the lid. Anyway. Next one. Again, battery supplied. Some sort of check thing. Instructions. Longer, easy to handle. Ooh. Curious. There's my prongs, a bit sturdier. A bit beefier. Max, power on, and M. Let's shove the batteries in there. I hate to say it. I think these are meant for AA, not AAA. And you saw me open the box. These are AAA, 2 of them. I'll open them anyway. Yeah, that's not right, is it? Hang on, shove that one in there. It might go. All right, they're in there solid. I honestly thought they were too small a battery. And, whoa, got it right. A nice green display. Interesting. The max button just turns a little sign on in there that says max and max not. It's saying 1 low at the moment. It's got material and a little clock in there. And a percentage RH. The M, M1 and 2, the same thing. Oh, we got 6, 7, crikey. There's 7 material options on this one. So I'm not sure. Oh, the low moisture content. That's obviously it's sharp. It's showing I've got a body of 17.3 and moisture content of 17.3. Not sure if that's healthy or not. But let's find the mode options. That's not that one. That goes with that one. All right. Let's find the mode options. There we go. Materials 1 to 7. Bricks, lime, mortar, gypsum, cement mortar, cement mortar, oak, pine, maple, ash, Douglas fir, eucalyptus, etc. Then you've got beech, spruce, larch, birch, cherry, and walnut. So it's options 1 and 2 that I want. And on this occasion, I've got oak I'm playing with. So put it on option 2. Lovely. And let's take some readings. So it remains green, which means it's an adequate moisture level. 10.5 I'm getting from that. 10.3. 11. 12.4. Again, fairly similar readings. I think the moisture level at 13, 13.6, 13.8. Okay, not bad. What I'm going to do is try all 3 materials on a different piece of wood in a minute, but this is serving a good purpose, this bog oak. Let's turn that off for a moment. I rather like the fact that the screen changes when it's blatantly too wet or reasonably okay when in the green. So that's rather clever. So now the next one, the most complicated of all. Neither of those two are rocket science so far. And as long as you can identify what wood's in what family, gives you a fairly good reading, I think. All right, so this one, ooh, this one looks a little bit more complicated. Ooh, look, big screen. I'm not going to take that off yet because I'd rather like to protect the screen as long as possible. Max. Oh, didn't find out what the max was on that last one, did we? So let's have a quick look at that. Press the max key to display the max value. Press the max key again to exit. Well, that's a good explanation of what max means. So let's turn it on again. Put it in max mode. Ooh. No, not really. Let's have a look. See if the readings are any different. 12.2 max 12. Okay, it's reading higher figures. Okay, so what that's telling me is fine. It's giving me slightly different readings. I quite like the max option. 14.5 there. Okay. I'm rather liking this because that seems a lot more accurate, a lot closer to my old thing. This thing, which is, crikey, can't even see what that is. A Brennan, whatever that is. That's done me proud for quite a long time. It's a lot closer to those readings. So I'm enjoying the max function there. And nicely, this lid goes on that way or that way, which is candy. And it's quite light. Give it a juice. Right, back to this baby. Oh, look, you get a nice little posh felt bag for it. Keep it out. I tell you what, that'd be. I'm quite pleased with that little baggie, because then I can, yeah, very much so. Because this thing gets absolutely covered in dust. Never been an issue. Never caused a problem with it. But it would be rather nice to be, you know, when you've got a nice dusty workshop, take this out of the dust bag, and there you are. Got a nice pristinely clean, or relatively clean moisture meter. Like that idea. Right, so let's have a little play with it before I put any batteries in. All right, similar prongs to the last one. That's nice. That goes on either way. So it's just that first one with the clip on the top that I wasn't impressed by. Ooh, 3 AAAs. Oh, and some spare pins and little spanner tip. Ooh, liking this so far. Again, nice and light. That's handy. Get that off for the minute. Let's just try it without doing anything. Ooh, big green screen. Liking that. Shows us temperature at the point decimals, which is nice. 23.8, 23.9. That's good. Ooh, what's that one on the right? 69 point, and it's varying, it's changing. Is that the moisture level in the air? RH percentage. Relative humidity, I think that stands for. Interesting, actually. That is very interesting. So the relative humidity in here is 68 point whatever it is percent. So let me just take it outside a sec. That dropped down to 64. 64.4. Relative humidity. Find that quite fascinating. Now, what else we got? We've got percentages across the way there from 0 to 60. Funny little arrow thing. Got a big reading low. Another RH there. Right, let's get the instructions out. Apparently they turn off after about 10 minutes if you don't use them. If you accidentally forget to turn them off, which is nice. This one works on a slightly different principle. Instead of 1 to 7, it's got A to G. So there's my A in the bottom left-hand corner. And it's changed, there's AB, like there it goes across the way. Like you can see a little picture of a house, that's nice. It's all bricks and mortar stuff. Ah, that's a tree. That's what it is. Okay, I'll give it its juice. That's a tree. And that's another tree. Right, so there's the 2 options for the wood that we're interested in. Again, we've got the grouping of beech, spruce, larch, birch, cherry, walnut, ranging from 8.8% to 54.8%. And then you've got oak, pine, maple, ash, Douglas fir, and eucalyptus, ranging from 6.8 to 47.9%. So, again, we've got oak. So we're going to put that on B, which is on now. Put the max on. See if we get similar readings to what we last measured. Yes. Okay. Ooh, look at that. I've got 15.5 there. I'm able to dig these in a bit further because it's nice and sharp. And you've got more surface area. And you've got an orange reading for 15.5. And look at that. It actually keeps the last reading. On the max setting, 12.1, 12.2. Move up the wood. I've got a wet bit in the middle there by the looks, 15. I really like this. It stays on the reading that you last put it on. It's always been a bugbear of mine with this one. You stab it in, got 15.4 there, which was one of the higher readings I had up there, and then it disappears immediately. Whereas I look at this, and it's still on that one. Put it back on the max. 15 was the highest reading I had off of this piece of wood. Now if I want to clear that, press and hold till it bleeps and everything's clear. Right, let's find a really wet bit of wood. You know what? The best I can find in terms of wet wood is a courgette. I've got nothing more sodden than that one. So just out of interest, I'm not going to ruin this courgette completely. I'm just going to stab in the end. Oh, look at that. 20.9%. Right, there's my high reading off of that. Let's try this one. I'm not going to change the setting from... I'll put it on the same setting as that one, which was, this one's 2, whereas that one's B. Put the max on. Oh, let's change that to max, shall we? We've got a red reading of 45.4. Max 36.2. Haven't got that max function on here, so let's just prod that in there. I've got high. And that disappears and go back to standard on that one. Quite frankly, not impressed with that one, purely for that cap. And, well, it's got a lot of lack of function on that one. I'm liking this. I'm liking the different colour screens. Yes, the readings are slightly different, but it certainly does give you a good idea if something's really wet or if it's dry enough to turn. Just out of interest. Let's try it with my old thing. And it's saying it's wet, around 48%. Okay, and as you know, courgettes are wet. They're mostly water. Right, so that's off. So a bit more reading. Check out what this is. I'm liking the temperature in the workshop here at 24.1. It's a bit clammy and sweaty. My courgette's leaking a little bit where I've been piercing it. Bless it. I'll eat that soon. Give it a wash. Because so far, big screen. Price difference between that one and that one, minimal. I'm liking this one a lot because of that. And spare prongs, which is nice. Okay, so this has got a tricolour. You've got the green, which is nice and dry. You've got orange, which is medium, needs another year or so to dry in your workshop or whatever. And you got red, which is sodden, like my courgette. I think you call that something else in the States, don't you? Okay, well that flips between modes. A and B being woods, as I read out earlier, and the rest of them being mortar and bricks and stuff I'm not interested in. I still can't work out what this letter is here. You've got D up the top there, and I can't see anything in here. Well, if you know, tell me in the comments, please, because I can't work it out. But this is the machine I'm going to keep and use, and I'll get used to it. I like that. Turns on and off nice and easy too. Nice and light. It'll live in its little pouch. Hey, you'll see him again when I'm testing moisture levels on pieces of wood in the future. Fantastic. I'm going to keep the box because it got little bits in it, and I'll keep the instructions. Although the instructions aren't brilliantly clear, they are in several languages. Right. Well, I hope you enjoyed the presentation, and I think I'm going to go carve this up, mix it with a couple of eggs, and have it for lunch. Hey, why not?